Okay, good morning from my hotel room. Today is the day that I hiked Mount Fuji. Now the hotel room I booked, you can actually see Mount Fuji from my hotel. I'm looking at it right now. It is so cool. The sun's rising on the other side. So it's like a silhouette of the mountain. You can just see this ominous dark figure of the mountain. There are four main trails on Mount Fuji. The most popular being the Yoshida Trail, which is on actually the other side of the mountain from where we're at. The second most popular is the Fujinomiya Trail. It's a little steeper, but it's a little shorter of a trail, and that's the trail we're going to do. I've seen stories of the Yoshida Trail being extremely overpopulated, and even though this is the second most popular trail, I've heard it's not quite as bad, so that's why I chose this one instead. I have a mountain hut booked at the summit, so today we're hiking all the way to the top. We're going to stay the night, and then hopefully in the morning we're going to wake up and be able to see the sunrise. Now unfortunately, they are calling for thunderstorms tonight and maybe tomorrow morning, so we'll see if I get rained on my way up there. Hopefully the rain holds off until I get to my hut, but I don't know, we'll see. But with that, let's make our way over to the bus stop because we have to take a bus to get to the start of the trail. So let's head to the bus stop. So the bus was first come, first serve, but I'm so glad I got there when I did. I ended up being the first person in line and was the first person on the bus, which was like pretty nice. But this is where things got crazy interesting. Since we were the first bus of the hiking season, we went to the local shrine and all these people were there and they essentially blessed our bus and our bus driver and all the hikers for a safe hiking season and safe travels up the mountain. So when the lady on the bus said we were going to stop by the shrine, I was a little annoyed at first because I knew I was going to get a late start to hiking and I wanted to kind of beat some of the crowds at the mountain. But I'm honestly so glad we did this because this was such a cool cultural experience. You could also see Mount Fuji poking his head up over there, which is pretty cool. So after that amazing experience, we got back on the bus. They handed out these little towel sash things as a thank you for being a part of the ceremony, and then we made our way up to the start of the trail. So the trail starts here at the 5th station. That's what you're looking at right now. There are bathrooms, food, snacks, things like that for the trail, any last minute supplies you would need. This is also the last time the bathrooms are free. From here on out, the bathrooms do cost money. I did decide to grab one of those hiking sticks, except I got a mini one because I couldn't fit a full-size hiking stick in my bag to bring back home to America. And you get this stamped at every station along the route, so this will be a really cool souvenir to bring back. This year, hiking Mount Fuji costs a fee of 4,000 yen, which is about $27. You also have to watch this safety demonstration of how to hike the mountain safely. I did all that in advance, so all I had to do was show a QR code, and then I was able to climb up the mountain. Okay, we're at the start of the trail. And the hike begins now. Let's do it. It's currently 10:14. It takes approximately anywhere between 5 to 8 hours to hike the trail. I'm gonna take my time. Let's do it. I've been hiking for about 5 minutes and it's already so beautiful. The clouds are rolling over the trees, the volcanic rock, the blackness of the volcanic rock against the lushness of the green trees. It's just beautiful. It's so nice. Only 5 minutes in. Stand back here. Hi. I want to look around and look at the nature and look down the mountain, but the rocks are so loose I'll have to keep looking down at my feet so I don't slip, trip, hurt myself. I just want to look around. It's so pretty. Alright, the next station is in sight. Just a little further now, and I'll be there. Alright, just like that, we're at the next station. We're gonna stop, have a snack here, get some water. To the next station. A little bit of a break here. Go ahead to the next one. Again, I can see it from here, but it's probably deceptively close, similar to that one. But I can see it. Alright, here we go. Next station. Station I was just at. And you can kind of see the station I'm going to. Starting to get extremely rocky. Almost to the point where I'm going to have to crawl a little bit and use my hands to make it up. We're so close, but so far away. It's just nothing but white behind me. We're so high up in the clouds. I can see every station I've stopped at so far from here. Wow. Whew. Hi, So it was time for my first paid bathroom break, and you'll see in just a second I found this very funny because they were playing The Climb by Miley Cyrus. They're playing The Climb inside the bathroom. Oh my god. They're freaking playing The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I couldn't help but laugh about that. And then, on the way out of the bathroom, Young and Wild and Free came on. I was talking about smoking weed. But nonetheless, it was a good laugh for the day. Alright, on to the summit. See that camera tower is over there. You can see it. So So this point marks the 9th station, which means I have 2 more stations to go. There's a 9.5 station, and then the summit. So this is snow, ice, right on the side of the mountain. Crazy. This is the 9.5 station, so the top must be the 10th. Unfortunately, my stick is too small, and some of the people didn't put their stuff close together, so I'm running out of space, and I've only got 1 more station left. I'm hoping they're able to put it right there. If not, I'm not going to get the summit, which is going to be so upsetting. Alright, that was 9.5, 9.5 station. Should be on our way to 10th station now, which should be the top, which is also where my mountain hut is. It's so close. I can see it from here. Just a couple more zigzags and then we're up there. All right, crossing the tour gate to the summit. Little bow. Let's do it. What's that? We made it. Oh my goodness. Let's go. At the summit here, the building to the left is the lodge, the hut that I'm actually going to be sleeping in. And then over to the right, you can see that there's a shrine up here as well, which is also connected to a post office. I really wanted to send my family back home a postcard from the top of Mount Fuji, but the whole time I was there, the post office was closed, and in the morning, I'd be hiking down the mountain before it opened again. So unfortunately, was not able to send a postcard to my family. So while I am at the summit of the mountain, there's a peak that is actually the highest point of the mountain. You can see it kind of up there on the right. So we're going to make our way over there and get to the actual top of Mount Fuji. There's a weather station up here, so they know exactly what the weather's going to be. That's pretty cool. This is the real peak. The back of the shrine is just right there. Actually, people stay, so I think that's where it's really good. This is so cool, dude. I'm on the top of the largest mountain in Japan. That's crazy. Wow. So at this point, it was time to check into my mountain hut and get my sleeping arrangements situated. As you can see, it was extremely busy, but I was able to check in and they showed us to where we were going to be sleeping for the night.
Yeah, okay.
Hi.
ありがとうございました。
じゃあディナーが5 o'clock.
Okay, 5時、5時。はい。
はい、Thank you.
So I'm not sure what determines where you sleep. I don't know if it's first come, first serve, like when you get to the hut, or if it's by what time you booked, because I booked this as soon as these huts became available. But thankfully, where I was sleeping, I had a curtain to separate me from the people sleeping next to me. But as you can see here in the middle of this floor, all these people are sleeping right next to each other with no barrier, no separation, and I don't know, they were really packed in there like sardines. Like, I showed this clip to my wife and she was like, nope, you could not pay me to sleep in a place like that. So just be aware of that if you're planning on hiking Mount Fuji. As I mentioned at the very start of the video, they were calling for some thunderstorms that evening, and a thunderstorm did happen and knocked the power out at the hut I was staying in, so everyone was kind of walking around with their headlamps trying to be able to see. But thankfully, we're still able to eat dinner, and the lights came on kind of right as dinner started. After dinner, I made my way back to my room. Lights out were at 7, and then we were going to wake up around 3 o'clock to eat breakfast, and then it was time for the main event, watching the sunrise from the top of the mountain. It's currently 3 a.m. One of the first people awake, there are a couple other people out here. We're going to eat breakfast, and then I think we make our way out to watch the sunrise.